Jesus was the supreme mystic. The unseen was the real to him. He lived in God, and God lived in him. Recently, I secured a book titled Kingdom Without Borders, The Untold Story of Global Christianity by Miriam Adeney, Adeney. And I'm so inspired by this book that I just had to read you a little portion of something. This chapter is on mystic servants, and it's all about India and the Far East, and how Christianity has taken hold there in certain areas. So this is on page 206. And there's a gentleman mentioned earlier named Tilak, T-I-L-A-K. In this, he agrees with Tilak, who called for bhakti, the passionate worship of God. E. Stanley Jones, a much-loved missionary, wrote of the same vibrant mysticism in his book, Christ on the Indian Road. Quote, India is the land of mysticism. You feel it in the very air. Jesus was the supreme mystic. The unseen was the real to him. He lived in God, and God lived in him. Yet Jesus, the mystic, was amazingly concrete and practical. He did not discourse on the dignity of labor. He worked at a carpenter's bench, and his hands were hard with the toil of making yokes and plows, and this forever makes the toil of the hands honorable. He did not argue, as Socrates, the immortality of the soul. He raised the dead. He did not argue that God answers prayer. He prayed, sometimes all night, and in the morning the power of the Lord was present to heal. He did not argue the words of womanhood and the necessity for giving them equal rights. He treated them with infinite respect, gave to them his most sublime teaching, and when he rose from the dead, he appeared first to a woman. He did not discourse on the equal worth of personality. He went to the poor and outcast and ate with them. He did not merely speak on behalf of the physical needs of people. He fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He did not prove how pain and sorrow in the universe could be compatible with the love of God. He took on himself at the cross everything that spoke against the love of God, and through that pain and tragedy and sin showed the very love of God. He did not argue the possibility of sinlessness. He presented himself and said, "Which of you convinces me of sin?" The merely mystical man is weak, and the merely practical man is weak. Yet Jesus, the practical mystic, glowing with God and yet stooping in loving service to men, is strength incarnate. It is no wonder that India, tired of speculation, turns unconsciously toward him, the mystic servant of all.